Bring us in, babe.
Welcome to
Coco Caliente.
Today, it's just Victor and I doing an episode.
It's just you and me, baby. Back to the basics.
This is kind of what people were wanting. Well, this is what a lot of people said they wanted.
Everybody
Pretty
said.
much every single one of you said that you just want to listen to Victor and I, which makes our job honestly kind of easier.
Makes it easier, and it feels better. You know, it feels good that you guys miss us, which it's crazy because it used to be you and me and then a guest like once a month.
Well, no, it was every other week.
Or every other week.
We did this every other week, which we can totally go back to, but we kind of like having guests on. We do.
Well, because what happened was after a while, we were like... Oh,
we felt redundant.
Or like, what do we talk about?
Right. When we were like talking about puppies and traveling and kind of some weird things.
Well, we did get into some interesting topics. I remember we talked about the lottery one time and like animals.
Yeah, you can like really dissect a topic if you want to.
Yeah.
So I do love doing the intro and outro with you. It's my favorite part, and a lot of people said that's their favorite part because you and I like banter. Mm-hmm. And we don't rehearse anything. You never know what's going to come out of each other's mouth. So it's like honest, raw reactions, which is good. Good in a way. Could be bad, but so far so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So today I'm kind of in charge of the podcast.
Yeah,
so
Nicole...
if it stinks, it's my fault. But I put this together from a list of what you guys kind of said on Instagram. I asked you what you want to talk about or hear. Mm-hmm. And I took everything from there. So I didn't take anything from my own brain. But I think it's going to have a nice flow to it.
Well, you organize everybody's thoughts.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And it's still kind of chaos, but it's good. Good chaos.
Good chaos. Interesting chaos.
Yeah. So I guess we never talked about our love story before. So we're going to take it back to our love story.
Yeah, we did.
Well, people...
Maybe they didn't listen when we originally talked about it.
I don't think we talked about it, really, because I still ask you questions about our love story. So we're kind of going to start with our love story.
All right.
And how it happened.
Okay.
So take it away.
What do you mean take it away? Throw me into the fire like that?
No.
Like, I don't know.
So Victor and I were on Big Brother 18 together. When I was in the Big Brother 18 house, I kind of knew Victor had a crush on me, but I didn't really think I was quite his type. And I also thought he wasn't ready for a serious relationship. And I wasn't trying to I don't know. We were friends. We were really good friends.
Yeah,
and I trusted him. He was the one person in the house that we had to figure out this code to get into the secret room to potentially win a prize. Mm-hmm. My best ally didn't tell me the code to get into the room. Victor is the one that told me the code to get into the room. Victor, week 1, was looking out for me and telling me who was after me. He was always kind of like that teddy bear person to me. I never, if he was upset with me, it really hurt my feelings. I knew we had a really deep friendship.
You even bring it up to this day. It's are you mad at me like you were in the Big Brother house?
Yeah, it's he'll give me the eyes of, oh gosh, you're really mad at me, because it's the same look you gave me when you were mad at me in the Big Brother house. So I referenced that back. So we did have a very strong friendship to where you were the first one to hug me after I won $500,000.
Yeah.
You were genuinely happy for me, even though I just beat your best friend and you didn't vote for me. And I was totally cool with that.
Yeah, no, we had a good dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then I guess outside the house, we went to a Halloween party together, Paul's Halloween party.
Yeah.
Not together, but we were both there. We both traveled to California to do that. And then after that, we kind of just stayed in touch as friends.
I would text Nicole all the time. I try to FaceTime her all the time.
You did.
And maybe out of 10 times that I try to FaceTime, she'd answer once.
There was a couple of times, though, you FaceTime my family, so it happened more than once, because they liked you.
Yeah. No, what I mean is, if out of 10 attempts to call you...
10% of the time I'd pick up.
Yeah, exactly. So
I hate FaceTime.
And she still does to this day, which made me proposing to her on Big Brother such an easy task, because she never FaceTimes, and she thought I was here in Louisiana. But that's a little...
No, you're not in Louisiana. We're in Michigan.
In Michigan. Yeah.
But the thing is, too, with like the FaceTime stuff, I won't FaceTime someone that I like legitimately think I like because I don't want them to think I look ugly or something. Or, I just feel like FaceTime is not a good look. It's just not cute. And so I was FaceTiming Victor because I was like, he's just my friend. Like, this is never going to be romantic. There's nothing that's going to come of this. Like, there was times that he would message me. He made the deal with me. I remember this. If I was 30 and single, we made a pact where I would have to marry him. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And it was funny. And it's kind of like exciting. Like, I am not going to be single in 30. And Victor's turning 29 in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. When we were like, what were we? How old were you when you probably said that? 26?
Yeah. No.
27?
27 probably.
Wow.
Was that 27? Nah, maybe 26 going on to 27.
Right.
Like, right. Well, and so we kept in touch. We kept talking. And then we got invited to the premiere of Big Brother 19. Yeah, Big Brother 19 in New York. And then I asked Nicole, would she be my date, right? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'll be your date to the
I
thing.
was like very good at avoiding and blowing things off.
Right, and then...
Without being mean. I wasn't mean.
No, you weren't mean. But then she wasn't my date.
No, I brought my friend.
She brought Mariah.
You brought a friend too.
It's not about bringing a friend. You can bring a friend, but you can still go together, right? And then she went without me. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Now, there's that.
Oh, okay. This is the first time this is coming up.
I know. I've told you this before. Maybe
no, like that you thought we were going to arrive to the event together. I never heard you say that.
When you say you're a date to something with someone, what does that mean to you?
I thought it was a joke, though. Mm-hmm. I swear to you, I thought it was a joke.
So that dig deep. That really hurt. It really
sensitive.
It really broke my heart. As an Aries, I got a tough exterior, but I got a soft interior. And then so we go to the premiere and we're having a good time, and that's when we start really bonding and connecting. And then I left with my buddy to go to like some bars or whatever. And then Nicole messages me. She's like, I got to get out of here. Where are you? And I was
at this point, throughout the whole premiere party, you cannot hear the show. You cannot watch the actual Big Brother show.
No,
You're kind of just like sitting there talking. I've had a couple glasses of wine because this was going to be a stressful scenario. I strategically flew into New York for like 12 hours, and I was turning 25 in like 1 day. So I wanted to be home for my birthday. So it was just supposed to be a very quick trip. I really didn't want to like reunite with most people from Big Brother 18, if I'm going to be honest. Victor was the one person that, and actually Jose and Paulie, I think it was like us and then me and my friend Mariah, we were just all hanging out. Victor disappears, and I'm like, yeah, this is overwhelming at this point. Everyone's kind of tugging on my arms. I'm exhausted. Like, where are you? And then what happened? So
then Nicole meets us at a bar, and we're hanging out at the bar. We're having some drinks. And then I'm like...
This was back when I drank.
And then I was like, this night is going good. Maybe I can kiss her. Maybe I can steal a kiss, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say it was.
So then I'm like, all right, let's go for it. So I go to kiss her, and she doesn't pull away. She doesn't hesitate. She kisses me right back, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, what was that kiss like? There was definitely no tongue or anything. It was just kind of like a, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because...
Maybe a little bit slower than just a, you know what I mean?
I remember it. I was sitting on a stool, and you were standing next to me, and I never thought it was weird.
Yeah. And then it just happened. I was like, oh, okay, it happened. This is good.
That's my first and only kiss of, like, a stranger that... I'm not a stranger. Okay, but of someone I'm not, like, with.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big deal for me.
And so, yeah, and then the night, you know, that was it. We had that night. It was a fun night. And Mariah, you know, she stumbled, and after we were done eating pizza, and I helped her up. And so anyway, so then Nicole misses her flight the next morning, and she has this whole fiasco where she has to drive back to Michigan and pay like $400 for a car rental.
For like 2 hours. We got stuck in Chicago.
Yeah, so... and then from there on, I just started texting Nicole. But one thing that I do remember is that when I texted Nicole the next day, I was like, I
have screenshots.
I can't remember. No, well, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was something. Basically, I was insinuating like being in a relationship with you.
Yes.
And Nicole's like, whoa. whoa. Let's slow this down.
Yep.
And let's not get ahead of ourselves. And I was like, oh, no, okay.
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, okay, this is what I kind of thought Victor was. He's very cute. He's very charming. Like, yes, we kissed, but I'm not going to, like, make this something it isn't. And so then when Vic was texting me, yeah, basically, I like you. I want to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
I was, like, kind of scared. And I knew that it would take a lot to date, like, to be with you because we lived nowhere near each other.
Yeah, Louisiana, Michigan. Yes,
and so anyways, it literally from that moment, Victor just never, ever, ever gave up. And I liked him. I just was trying to be tough. I just didn't want to, like, get my heart broke. So I was trying to be tough. And after he was very persistent. And honestly, we just, like, started dating very quickly. I think it became official, like, August 1st.
Yeah.
But we weren't supposed to be doing anything, like, liking anybody else during that time.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's such a blur to me. You just moved to Michigan.
Yeah.
I hosted the CMA red carpet.
I drove up and I met you in Nashville.
For that event, which was an amazing event.
That was a fun time.
I'm hosting the red carpets. He's driving to Nashville, and then he's going to drive to Michigan and live with me. It's like a fairy tale.
No, and it was funny because I remember going to the CMAs and Nicole, they have this all set up for her. They have jewelry for her. They have the dress. They're doing the photos and everything. Mm-hmm. And then, so she has to go on her own thing, right? They're going to you had to stay there, right?
Yeah.
So she had to stay there, and I went back to the hotel and got ready. And I drive to the CMAs in my 2004 Honda Civic, my little stick shift car. And I go in, and I'm on the floor with all the celebrities, and I'm just waiting for Nicole to come around, and so that was a fun time. And then I convinced her, and at this point my Civic was still kind of messed up, and my back right tire would scrape against the fender because there was too much weight. Mm-hmm. And so I convinced Nicole somehow to ride with me up to Michigan instead of flying,
even though my flight was already paid for.
Everything was already taken care of, and I convinced her to come and drive with me, and it was a fun little road trip until
I left my whole entire purse in McAllister's in like Ohio or something.
Yeah, we stopped in Ohio, and then we started driving. Well, oh, what a great meal!
Was it Indiana? I don't know.
Some state, and then we were already like an hour or 2 hours away. And then Nicole's like, wait, where's my purse?
It had, like, my camera in it. It had everything in it. And thank God I was in the Midwest because someone turned it in.
How people listening, how bad south do you think that road trip turned from?
I immediately was like, we were very close at that point, Victor, because I was immediately like, why did very myself.
Yeah,
like,
why,
mad.
Why did we have to stop there? What the heck? We shouldn't even.
And like people were asking for photos at that point, and so I was like hiding, and so I put my stuff. I remember like I was so mad about the situation on how it happened, and then calling that place, and they wouldn't ship me my stuff. They were like, it was like going to be a 12-hour drive.
Let's be clear. It's one guy there that happened to be the manager in charge at that time because his actual manager wasn't there, right? Yeah. That shift. He was like the shift manager. And then he made it seem like it was impossible that he couldn't send anything, and he would have to destroy items in there because it was sensitive information before he shipped. And then the other manager came in like the next day or whatever. He's like, "We'll send it to you."
Because I remember I was going to ask my friend Megan. I think it was Indiana because I was going to ask her to go grab it for me. But then they're like, "No one but you can come." The guy was like, "No one but you can come get it. You have to match the picture on your ID." And so I couldn't even send Victor the next day, and I had to work. I was like, well, how am I going to get my freaking purse?
And then he's like, if we're going to mail it, we have to take out all the sensitive information from there. I was like, who is this guy?
Why are you going through my credit cards and my ID? Yeah, the guy just like loved power. He was on a power trip.
Anyway.
But that ended quickly.
Yeah, skip to, and then I start living up here.
With my parents.
In the basement. Yeah.
It was hilarious.
And then we go from there to the house that we have now, and then I proposed to Nicole on Big Brother, and Before that, we did The Amazing Race.
We have a crazy story. It's where it's kind
zigzags everywhere.
It's been
we do this podcast. We travel the country to get this podcast going, like the initial like episodes and stuff. We're doing all this stuff in person.
We've been through a lot together.
We have done a lot of stuff,
and it's so much that we were on The Amazing Race, and I forget that.
I know.
It's like, and I think that's when we really.
Cooking in Africa in a market.
We really connected. We always have connected, but it's like, okay.
I mean, that's a deeper connection.
That's a deep connection.
You're high stress situation, competing together, working as a team.
And then Victor went to the police academy, and I was basically by myself for 6 months. I feel like we've went through a lot of stressful times together. And one thing that's really good about our relationship is, yes, it's real, and we fight, and we get mad at each other, and we don't hide it.
Oh, we do.
But we never give up on each other.
Absolutely.
And so we've been through a lot of crap, a lot of stupid stuff, a lot of situations that most people can't even
imagine.
Because it's just weird. Even you going off on the challenge, and then The Amazing Race, and then the academy, and then now look what the situation we're in. We're stuck.
And now we're in quarantine.
Yeah. So, but I do know that, and then planning our wedding, we'll get into that, is so difficult right now. But doing life with you is really great because you never give up.
You too. You
it's nice to have someone, especially I feel like it's kind of hard to find. And I dated a couple people that just all right, I'm just going to give up. It's not easy. It's not fun. It's not this. But it can't be like that the entire time. Yeah. Because you're not always in the honeymoon phase.
Well, and anybody that I've ever spoken to that has been married for 30 plus years said, marriage is work, right? And you go through the tough times to have all those great times together,
Yeah, and we're not even married yet, but we're giving advice.
Yeah, well,
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This is what we have to go through, right? You go through all the things to have all the great times that we have, so.
I think, you marry someone because your life is better with them, and they're not going to just throw in the towel. Yeah. If you're just going to marry someone because you, love them so much and that's it, but yet they, quit on everything, that'd be really tough. I mean, that's something that I need in someone, is not giving up and working through it. And honestly, we have a lot of fun. We really don't. Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, all the good stuff has
yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, you need to, there's a lot of other things that go into it. Yeah. But I think right now, it's hard to find someone that's wanting to, wanting the same things.
Well, right now, if you're in the dating pool, you're kind of screwed because you're in quarantine.
That's true. Okay, now that is a perfect transition into my next topic, which is quarantine date ideas.
Okay.
So, listeners, some quarantine date ideas that we have.
I'll give my first one.
Okay.
I'll give my first. Because this is a perfect example.
Okay.
Every day that I have off of work, and I won't say every day, at least the first solid day that I have off of work, I like to grill, right? So the other day, I got the grill out, and I told it in my mind, I was like, I'm going to make a little fire, because Nicole likes having little bonfires. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to get the stuff that she wants to make s'mores. And then we're going to play games, we're going to have s'mores, and I'm going to grill. It's going to be great. And that's exactly what I did. It was a little pain in the ass. I had to go to Nicole's mom's house to get this little fire pit thing and got the wood. And then I went to the store and I had got the s'more stuff. And so
it was really cool. Yeah. It was really cozy. We played Monopoly Deal. While we cooked s'mores.
And I had a few beers, and it was a good time. It was a fun time.
It felt like we were camping. The smell was everyone loves the smell of a campfire. Yeah. Not everyone, but most people. Okay, so some other ideas. Obviously, game night. That's always fun. Yes. Victor and I get really into the games. Now is the time to get those games off the shelves that you haven't opened, that the instructions are so long. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to read these. Because we have a lot of those, actually.
Yeah, we do have a lot of those. We repeatedly play the ones that we really like. What's funny, though, is Nicole and I will play games, and we're both so competitive that if one, like, as soon as you win,
annoying.
You are too.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as one person wins, it's like the ego and like the shoulders roll back.
No,
and, like,
I have been doing
the head,
I've been doing really good at congratulating you. Have you not noticed? I've worked hard. I'm like, good job. But this is what he did when I won last time. This was just from the campfire night. He goes, oh, we both won that round. We both won. What were you saying? Say it like you say it.
Well, because, babe, we did both win.
No, we didn't. I won.
We both had the cards to win, right?
But I went first, so I won.
Exactly, but we really both won.
See, exactly. This is so annoying. At least when he wins, I give it to him. I don't try to steal his win or tie. He goes, oh, yeah, we tied. It's like, tying is terrible. I don't want it. Tying is losing, okay? We did not both win.
Nicole and I have been playing this game, and I have been destroying her.
No, you haven't.
I have been beating her so bad.
No, you haven't.
I am so far beyond the levels that she would ever imagine that she could be.
No, I'm further along in Best Fiends than he ever will be.
The game is Best Fiends, and it's such a fun game. You won't want to stop playing. Once you start, you just kind of get into the zone because it has like It makes you think.
It's like an adult game, an adult brain game is what I call it.
Yeah.
It updates monthly with new levels and events. It updates with it was just St. Patrick's Day themed. And you get to grow your little monster characters. And I loved watching them grow up.
Nicole feels like a little monster mom.
I do. So yeah, engage your brain right now with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute characters. There's over 100 million downloads with this 5-star rated mobile puzzle app.
You literally download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Have fun.
No, but yeah, this is the time to bust out those games, and it is a really fun time.
In movie nights, so
That's every night.
Victor likes to make it like a theater in here.
I do. I really do, because it really gives them. So when you I was listening to Dax Shepard's podcast with that hypnotherapist, Tom.
Shoot, I forget his name.
Something.
Green?
No, Tom.
Where did I pull that out of?
Maybe Tim. I don't know. Anyway, hypnotherapist. When you're watching a movie, if you haven't noticed, if you go to the movie theater, once you sit down and you start really watching the movie, you get sucked in. And your mind goes into like a state more or less of like hypnosis, where the next thing you know, you're like, oh, crap, I got to go to the bathroom, right?
Right.
And you've been sucked into that movie that whole time. But when you're at your house and you have lights on, people are messing with their phones, things flicker, whatever, it kills that. You don't really get sucked into that movie, or you have to pause it, which you can't do in the movie theater. Right, so I try to dim all the lights and just focus in on the movie that I'm watching. And then lately, I've been renting movies because, I saw
off the TV.
Yeah, from Amazon Prime. And 1917, I saw the other day. Nicole didn't even watch it, but wow, that was a good movie. If you need a good movie to watch,
you rented that one?
Yeah, 1917. Yeah,
okay,
amazing. It was amazing. I'll watch it again.
Okay, then I will watch it. See, if I can fall asleep while he's watching a movie, that's great for me, because I usually stay up too late.
And it's great for me too, because then I can watch whatever I want to watch.
Exactly. So those types of movie nights, people.
Compromise.
Cooking dates are always fun. Like Victor and I learned to make sushi.
Yeah.
And if you know what I think is really fun is cooking with what you have in the house. You don't necessarily need to go get all these ingredients, but okay, what kind of dessert can I make with
the beer bread?
Yeah, but what kind of dessert can I make with this? I have this pudding, I have this graham cracker, I have this that I wouldn't normally use, and try to make something with it. It's fun. I love it.
It is. Or even just right now, you have things in your pantry. Don't go to the store and think you have to buy stuff. See what you have and come up with a meal that you've never had before.
Because what I find is we have all that stuff in our pantry.
I was looking.
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
Nicole, I got to have a conversation with you right now.
Just wait.
No, I'm
going
not.
to lose my train of thought.
Okay, go ahead.
Just go.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was looking through the freezer last night, because I got home and I needed to eat something, which I ended up eating 2 Eggos.
Why didn't you eat the leftover the sloppy Joe and the stuff.
I didn't see any sloppy Joe in there. It looked like you had, those are 2 lunches.
Yeah, that's for you to eat at any point.
Oh, I thought those were 2 lunches that you had prepared for me for work.
No.
Okay. So Nicole prepares my lunches, obviously, if you couldn't tell, for work. So I thought those were.
Those are grab meals. They're good for whenever.
Oh, well, now I know. Well, last night I didn't know, so I ate 2 Eggos.
That's hilarious. Eggos are great.
It was good. But I was looking down in our freezer, and we have things in there that have been in there for so long. I mean, I don't even know if those hash browns are still good. I mean, we have hash browns in there. We have a bunch of...
The thing is you don't let me cook like you don't let me cook what I want. You only eat like meat, and so I can't make anything else, and it's very frustrating. I'm very defensive about it. It's like, can I cook you breakfast this morning? He'll be like, what are you cooking? I'll be like, don't worry about it. You're going to get a plate delivered to you, and you eat it or you don't.
So, okay, and that is fair. I would understand your frustration with that. On my side of it is sometimes the meal that I'm getting doesn't align with my goals for that day, right? So if you set up my...
Oh my God, my eyes are rolling so far back in my head right now.
What I'm saying is if I'm about to exercise, or if I just got off an exercise, I don't want to eat 2 greasy hash browns. You know what I mean? Like,
I never cook hash browns. You probably bought those freaking hash browns. I don't eat hash browns.
They're from the country store.
Okay, then I probably did buy them because you do like those. You used to eat 2 a day at my parents' house.
I do like them on some occasions.
Oh my gosh. I don't like to have to check in on every single occasion on what you're feeling today for food because guess what?
I understand your frustration.
Yeah, so now it's just like, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, so that's what she does to me. So now I've been trying to just eat what she makes me. So... I'm doing better.
He will secretly throw stuff away, and then I find it in the trash, like the campfire night.
It was half a potato.
I made baked potatoes.
I ate the one half of it.
And I already knew I probably shouldn't put the baked potato even on his plate because he only likes fake mashed potatoes.
Time out.
But I still did it, and guess what? I found half of it in the trash.
No, because I ate all the other food on there. I ate half of the baked potato, and there was the other half that I threw away because I was full.
Yeah, but he did it secretly.
Well, I'm not going to be like, Nicole, I'm going to throw this potato away.
Well, the dog could eat it, like our big dog at my parents' house. It's just frustrating, okay? So now, where was I? So talking about date nights and cooking together, a company we used was EveryPlate.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week, and now that we were talking about it again on the episode about date nights, it's really, really a great idea, but it's also sustainable if you want to do it all the time.
Right. It's actually really affordable. It's 58% cheaper than other major meal kits out there. Mm-hmm. And this is even at regular price. So then you're getting a deal on top of it. So it's only $2.99 a meal for 3 weeks.
Yes.
It's called EveryPlate.
These recipes come together in about 30 minutes. It's way faster than a trip to the grocery store, which we can't do anything right now anyway. So you want to stay safe. You want to be home. They'll deliver this to your house. Takes away the meal planning, the shopping. They prep it for you. And it takes out all the time-consuming guesswork.
Simple ingredients, which I like, wholesome, simple ingredients. And so if you're interested in trying this, you can get 3 weeks of EveryPlate meals for only $2.99 per meal by going to everyplate.com and entering code COCO, COCO3. So COCO3.
Yep.
Get 3 weeks of EveryPlate meals for only $2.99 per meal by going to everyplate.com and entering code COCO3.
That's up to a $72 value. That's 40% off each of your first 3 boxes. So.
Enjoy. Back to the pantry thing.
Yes.
I don't remember, so let's move on. See? I told you.
Other date night ideas. What do you got?
So I think what I really want to do for Victor is I want to have a spa day, and I want to give you a facial. I already told you this.
She does want to give me. The thing is, okay. Let me explain with. And I have no problem with Nicole giving me a facial. What I do have a problem with is when Nicole is going to give me a facial. I know 100%. You know how if you guys ever gotten a facial, they use their hands, right? So they do their fingers and they'll rub it around your eyes and like across, right? Like in that gap between your nose and your upper lip, they'll like rub their fingers through there. And Nicole will probably play some type of joke where she's like, "I just scratched my butt," and then like rub it right across like my nostrils.
I would not do that.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want a facial anymore.
Victor, do you want me to wear gloves? I think it'd be really fun to give you a facial. Like pretend that I want to do like completely pretend that I am. What are they called?
I don't know.
I do.
The spa person, whatever it is.
Yeah,
you want to be a spa person.
Yeah. And so you can pick if you want I don't really want to specialize in pedicures.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do you want your nails, like, cleaned?
No, so what I'm going to do for you...
Do you want a facial or a back massage?
So, probably a back massage.
Victor gave me the best back massage ever.
I set up the music. It was a whole thing.
It felt very professional.
Nicole, what I want to do for you, now that you're talking about spa days, I want to convert our bathroom into, like, the Ulta area thing, and I'm going to do your makeup.
Oh, okay.
And so that way, you know, I'm gonna beautify. I'm gonna do the contouring. And,
oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do that, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be perfect. You're gonna look the best you've ever looked ever.
Okay, we'll do that. There's a great idea too. And like pedicures, Victor's feet are like 4 times the size of mine, so I just don't think I should be dealing with feet that large. His feet are very clean though. Okay, something that we got for Christmas that would be really fun to do, and I'm sure you can buy them. You can buy them. I don't know what they're exactly called. They're like this mystery solving case. So it comes with like this folder, and you print out all of this information, and you have to solve a mystery. So you like contact the person, I think, who made it for the next clue. I don't know. We haven't done it, but it's something that would really get your brain working.
It's like a case file. They give you a case file, and then you have to go through and solve the case. It's like an unsolved case.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's like a murder or something. We haven't looked at it, but we have it back there. It's actually quite thick. So we'll see. But yeah, and there's somebody that you call, you know, if you think you got it.
That's
I think
exciting.
is what it is.
I want to do that soon. And then you could do. My parents came up with this idea. They're going to do wine tasting. So I think I will be the person pouring the wine, wine concierge. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I mean, you can call it that.
Whatever. I'm going to call it that. And like do the wine tastings for them. That'd be fun.
So the wine professional is called a sommelier.
Yeah, we had Holly on, who's a sommelier. I know that. And then last but not least, I think a hairdresser. Why don't you or your significant other give some type of shampoo and condition to the hair that always feels so good? So that's a date night idea. Like they could pretend to do your hair. I do know some husbands know how to highlight hair, and that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Victor does not know how to do that.
No. Neither will I attempt to or learn. You know, actually, so that gives me an idea now that you're talking about learning stuff. You know what I've been doing lately? And it's something that I told myself I want to learn and I want to do more. And this can go into like, it could
Are
be.
you learning a new skill every day?
I am learning about vehicles. So I've been reading about how engine works and how, you know, the pistons and the exhaust and intake and all that, the fuel air mixture and all those things. Well, anyway. That's just something that I've been trying to work on lately.
Oh, because you want to learn to change your oil and stuff?
And not just that, maybe you know, if there's something wrong with the intake or the, I don't know, I have no idea, suspension.
Whatever. Education is great no matter what kind of education it is.
Yeah.
Because vehicles, I guess that is important, and I give you credit for doing that.
And I want to buy an older vehicle, so I want to be able to do stuff on it myself, you know. So
you did fix our doorknob, and that's pretty.
That's a big deal.
That happened like 4 days ago, and I'm still thinking about it. That was really hot. I've never seen you actually fix something before. So yeah, totally study the vehicles.
Oh, babe, you're gonna have a whirlwind experience when you see me install our dishwasher and our over-the-range microwave.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so now a wedding update for you all. We definitely plan on doing a wedding episode. But we don't know what we're doing with our wedding now. We do
given the current circumstances.
Yes,
yep,
exactly. So we will keep you posted on that. Things may change. It's looking like they probably will change. So keep you posted on that.
TBA.
And I don't want to freak any vendors that are listening to this. Like, nothing has been changed. Don't freak out. We will still we're keeping you. It's just the day may have to change, the location or the amount of people, something like that.
The bride and groom will not change. That is.
And we don't plan on like postponing because I think we both want to get married sooner than later.
I think we both do too.
Do you? I was waiting for you to say. I don't want to speak for you.
I think we both do. I don't know how Nicole feels, but I think we both do.
Okay, so I got some questions for you, Victor. These are from the listeners.
Oh shit!
Do you believe the way that we dress affects how we think?
Do you believe the way that we dress affects how we think? I think it's backwards, right?
Okay.
I think the way we dress reflects how we think.
I think that's exactly what I said.
No. So read your question again.
Oh, you think the way that we're thinking, then we get dressed?
Yes.
Oh.
Because whatever state of mind you're
True.
in at the time is, how you're going to affect.
Okay.
Makes it
I can
to where,
see
like,
that.
am I going to put on pajamas because I'm just going to lounge around the house? Or do I want to look astute and professional because I'm going to an interview? Therefore, I'm wearing a suit.
That is a super good point because, like, how people may have depression. They say, just get dressed and maybe you'll feel better. And a lot of times you get dressed and you don't feel better. But if you get dressed, if you are dressed nice, it's probably because you are feeling better. That's what you're saying, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And to go with that thought, right? So let's say you are feeling depressed, right? You're an unfortunate event, you're feeling depressed, and you throw on lounge clothes. Right? Because you're just going to lounge and you're going to feel more depressed.
Yeah.
Maybe what they're trying to say is, okay, maybe throw on some jeans and a polo and like walk outside or go do something to try to change or alter your thought process.
Well, for me, especially with the quarantining and working from home, I find that if I get ready for the day, like I feel cute, then my personality's better. I'm better to be around. I'm more bubbly. I can create content.
And you feel like you're going to do something opposed to, waking up and staying in pajamas and you're like, well, I'm just going to stay in pajamas.
It does affect me. Just staying in pajamas absolutely affects me. I've been wearing these same pants for a couple days now.
I can smell them. Yep.
Stop. And it will affect me today.
Yeah.
This will be probably the main thing I do today unless I change. That's a great question.
Yeah, that was insightful.
What is the best part about being you?
The best part about being me?
Yes.
So the best part about being Victor Royal III is that he can do quite literally anything, right?
Oh, okay.
So if there's something that I want to do, as impossible as I think it is, I go about figuring out how to do it, right? And I'd say 9 times out of 10, I can get it done. Okay, so that's not saying that I'm a mechanic or I'm an electrician or something like that, but I can pretty much figure out everything, or if not, get somebody to do whatever I need to get done. Right? I don't just sit back and like, I don't know how this is going to work.
So you feel pretty confident that if you need to get something done, you can do it. You don't feel overwhelmed about not having the knowledge. You will get yourself the knowledge. Yeah,
or I'll learn how to do something, right? And then once I learn it once, even like getting some of this, when people get some furniture or whatever and have to put it together, like that can be some of the most stressful things for somebody. But you know what I do? I normally grab a beer.
And listen to me.
No.
I'm way better at putting crap together.
No.
Oh, 100%. Okay. We're not going to get into this.
You're never
but he
even
put
there.
the shoe thing on backwards. It's still wrong.
It looks
to this
great.
Day.
It looks great.
I am way better at putting stuff
How many things
together.
have you actually put together in
a
here? A
lot.
No, I think you've put in like 1 or 2.
1, 2.
What did you just point
I put
at?
that bookshelf together in college by myself. Mariah goes,
What,
oh, wow.
What did you just point at behind me?
Oh, did you put that together? I probably helped you, though.
That came together.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. I bought that from Amazon.
Are you sure? Then
yes.
I
put it together.
No, I put it together. I definitely put it together.
I think your example of putting things together is inaccurate because you're not very good at that.
I literally put just about everything that we get together. And what I do is I sit and you'll be like, oh, okay. Because I grab my beer, I read the instructions, I put out all the pieces, all separate so I can see everything, and I start reading instructions.
All I'm saying is good thing it's not a race, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but that is very cool that you wake up every day basically and you're just like, I can do anything. Like you're not really scared of much.
Yeah, and I think the other thing for me is I'm very independent. I don't feel if I'm by myself. And like I remember when you were gone in Florida, and if I woke up that morning and it was a day that I had to edit a video and I had to do stuff for the podcast, and then I had to exercise, and then I had like 10 things I ended up doing, right? And if I had woke up thinking I have these 10 things to do in these 3 hours before work, I wouldn't have, it probably wouldn't have got done, right? Because I would have felt overwhelmed, right? But I just knocked down each thing one at a time, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
And then I did everything, and then I went to work, right? And I was like, wow.
You stay very composed.
Yeah, so.
Okay. What is an irrational fear that you have?
An irrational fear that I have. I don't know.
Like your feet touching something. I don't know. You're not like afraid of spiders or anything.
No, I don't know. You caught me off guard with that one.
I didn't warn you about any of these.
Maybe like things getting too dirty or messy in the house. You know what I mean? That's a very irrational fear, right? Because you can obviously clean things.
Yeah.
But as things start to clutter and pile up, and that's when you start seeing me going around the house and putting things away, and just so I can have an ease of mind or some clarity, like, okay, at least it looks better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I really can't think of like a legit irrational fear, you know?
Yeah. Okay. They say you learn something new every day. What did you learn new yesterday? Something about automobiles?
No, actually, I was reading about automobiles, but I didn't necessarily learn. Oh, okay, I did learn something cool yesterday. So you know those windmills, right? Those windmills that they have, those big ones.
Yeah.
They cost anywhere from $1.5 to $2 and some odd $1 million each windmill.
Right.
And then each windmill, they say it takes around 6 to 7 years to return their investment to them. Okay. And then after that, it's all income for them. And all in all, I mean, they save or make however many billions of dollars each year with those windmills. That's
a lot of money for a windmill, but people also get paid to have them on their property.
Yes, from what I understand, it was like somebody was telling me it was like $5,000 a month or something like that, $5 or $6,000 per windmill.
Yeah, because it's basically in farmers' fields, so they lose a lot of money with the crops. So it has to be more money than they would make selling their crops.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they'd say no. Okay, cool, Victor. So now I just have some facts.
Oh, here we go.
But
I love facts.
I want to see if you. Some of them are questions, and some of them are just straight facts.
Okay.
Okay. How many eggs do you think an octopus lays at a time?
An octopus.
Yeah.
I'd say wait, an octopus doesn't lay eggs.
Yeah, they do. This isn't a trick.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they give live birth.
No, they lay eggs.
They lay eggs, and it has to be a ton.
This was on Reader's Digest. I don't think they're wrong.
No way. How many?
56,000.
Oh, my God.
I know. I had my family guess, and they were guessing 200 or something.
What? You know why, though?
Because not all of them live.
Yeah, I think the percentage of them, it has to be really, really small, so they have to have a lot.
So back in the day, jeans were invented obviously a long time ago. So why was the original Little Pocket invented? The
Little Pocket. Oh, you know what? And I thought I knew this.
You would know this. My dad even got this. You can get this. Just think.
I've heard that before. The Little Pocket was invented. I don't know. For your thumbs.
No, for your pocket watch.
For your pocket watch.
That's
what I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Slit, but we still have them. And so now I guess it's for quarters. I don't know.
No, I hate putting anything in there because it's impossible to get out.
Okay, so why is Chicago named the Windy City?
I don't know, because there's a lot of wind there.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Chicago weather. I thought this was really interesting. Chicago's nickname was coined by the 19th century journalists who were referring to the fact that its residents were windbags and full of hot air. So it has nothing. I always thought it was because it was windy.
The Windy City.
Between the buildings or some kind of
people's personality.
Yep.
That's funny. That caught me off guard.
Did you know that the CIA have their own Starbucks, but the baristas don't write their names on the cups? Isn't that interesting?
Really?
Yes.
They don't write their names on the cups.
No, because you're not supposed to know their names, right?
If they're all CIA.
Yeah, they have their own. The CIA has their legit CIA Starbucks. No, seriously, I think that's so interesting.
That is interesting.
Also, rats, they dream a lot. They dream about finding food. They dream about going through mazes. And they say, like, pretty much that means almost a lot of animals would dream, so we shouldn't eat animals. Okay, I put that last part in, but they do have dreams, which is kind of, like, sad.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, that is crazy.
And then I have one more, which is, I'm, like, hesitant to share it because it's kind of scary, but working in the medical field, I just kind of knew that medical errors are the third leading cause of death.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you kind of feel like you're in the hospital and you're safe, but you can feel that way. That's great. Most people are safe, but you're human. And so taking care of a patient
there's human error.
Yes, like with the dosage or what's being drawn up or allergies, maybe.
Treatment.
Yeah, so sometimes it's kind of safer to stay home if it's not an emergency.
Mm-hmm. If it's not
I'm always scared when I
necessity.
get like potassium or magnesium put in me because I know that can be super dangerous. So anyways, that was my last fact of the day. Okay?
All right.
Man, you're really making me do all of this, aren't you?
Look, you know what? I am enjoying this. This is a great episode.
Okay, well, just talk for a minute because I got to go grab something from the fridge.
Oh, is it for the show?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be good. So Nicole's walking right now. She's walking to our fridge to go grab something. Our fridge is overfilled. What is that? Where was that? I didn't even see that.
I just made it.
Is that peanut butter and jelly?
So today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
No way.
Yeah, it is. And so a weird or normal segment, weird or normal, is do you butter your peanut butter and jelly before you put the peanut butter and jelly on? So I made one with butter and one normal because I never did it before.
So they literally put butter on and then they put the peanut butter and then jelly?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before in my life.
So this is the butter one, so we're going to each take a bite. And
I'm going to try the butter one because I know what the normal one tastes like.
I've never done it, and I don't want to, like, diss it before I try it.
Okay, so.
I'm just, like, hungry today.
It honestly, it tastes the same.
No, wait till you try the other. This is gluten-free bread, by the way.
Wait, is this normal?
This is normal.
Yeah,
No, you just had the one with butter.
Yeah. It tastes like normal peanut butter and jelly.
I think it tastes better a little bit.
Yeah?
Okay, let's try the regular.
I know what regular tastes like.
No, you got to try it with the same. They're both good.
It tastes the same to me. I don't know. I don't think that's weird. Well, okay, let me say this. I think that's extra work. It doesn't taste that much different to me, right? Does it taste that much different to you?
Less dry.
Maybe. I can see that. But more importantly, is this weird or normal? Do you put your peanut butter first and then the jelly? Or do you put the jelly first and then the peanut butter?
Victor, you butter each one differently.
Wait.
You put peanut butter on one side and jelly on the other, and then put it together.
No.
Yes. You don't stack it, because then you get the jelly and the peanut butter all on the knife, and then you put it back in the jar and stuff.
See, no, I don't do that. So what I do is I put peanut butter down first, and then I put jelly on top of the peanut butter.
You put peanut. Okay.
Because then it you can get a really good, layer.
And I put peanut butter on one piece of bread and jelly on the other. Then.
Yeah, or you can put peanut butter on both sides and then just jelly on top. And
yeah, I guess I've seen people put some thick jelly and thick peanut butter. So in that case, you can't really put two pieces of bread together.
Well, and the reason people do so if you're packing a lunch for yourself or somebody else, and you put peanut butter on one side and jelly on the other side, close it up, and put it in a Ziploc bag, and they take it. What happens when they open that later?
I don't know.
There's a circle. There's basically, like, where the jelly's touching, it's like sunken in, absorbed wet. right?
Oh.
So it's mushy. So if you put peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle, that doesn't happen. It remains, the integrity of the bread stays together.
Wow.
You learn something new every day.
That's what I learned new today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the butter does taste a little bit better.
All right, Nicole, you got to stop eating.
Okay. I just took one bite.
I'm joking. So this brings me to the Spanish word of the day, and I'll let you take over right after this. And this is so easy.
Take over. The show is over after this.
Babe, you can take over. You can take over after this. Because I've been doing so much throughout this episode.
You have the cutest little bit amount of peanut butter right here.
Where is it? Oh, I got it. Okay, so
should have left it there.
The Spanish word of the day is pan.
Bread.
Whoa! How'd you know that?
I don't know. That just makes sense.
I said that before, didn't I?
No.
Yeah, it's P-A-N.
I know.
It's not pan, it's pan.
I think your grandma, actually.
Oh, yeah. So we have this bread from Puerto Rico, and it's like the best bread. If anybody that knows or speaks Spanish or is from a country Spanish speaking. Anyway, pan sobao is like a softer, like it's like a really soft French bread, and it tastes so good.
It's like sweets.
Yeah, and that's my absolute favorite bread. I mean, you can eat that every day.
His
you put butter on
always,
that.
We always get it when his grandma's with us. She'll bring it, or we'll find somewhere.
Oh, she'll fly it from Puerto Rico all the way here to the States. It's awesome, and it's really good. All right, babe, back to you.
All right, so that's it. Do you think that was an okay show?
It was a great show, and we're going to read our reviews now.
Yeah.
Because you guys are so awesome, and we really appreciate you. And we've been doing this show now for, it's like 60 episodes?
Yeah, this is episode 60.
Wow. Everybody, round of applause.
60
really
weeks.
for the 60 episodes here. All right. So, Nicole, I need you to take it away with the review.
Okay, this one's from Mitzi Jane. Worth a listen, 5 stars. Enjoy watching a couple beginning... Okay, hold on, let me restart. Okay. I am a fan of both Nicole and Victor. Truthfully, I was rooting for Nicole to win. She was catching on to Derek when the hitman took her out. It was great to see her play the game and win the second time around. The podcast is really fun and I enjoy the banter. Lots of good wishes for a happy future in the podcast and in life.
Aww. That's nice. That's really sweet. Very directed towards you. Yeah. And so is this one. So this one's called Corin Queen by Alexandra, 5 stars. Still my favorite podcast from my favorite people. Been listening and writing reviews since episode 1. I would listen in the gym, listen in my dorm, on the long train rides back from school, and now while in quarantine. But Nicole is a Corin Queen, keeping us entertained. This couple is the most genuine and loving couple I've followed, and they take time to show their fans they appreciate us too. I can't tell you how many times my day has been made when I see either Nicole or Victor replied to my DM or comment, or even just liked it. Love these two and this podcast. Stay safe, stay home.
That might be my favorite review ever.
That's awesome.
Corin Queen. If you haven't seen my latest TikTok,
If
you haven't seen my latest TikTok, check it out. More coming, right, Victor?
Yeah.
We will keep up the entertainment.
Nicole forces me to do these social media things.
And he gives me 3 shots, and that's it. He's like, has this attention span for 5 minutes.
It's honestly tough for me, but
he hates me when I make him do it.
Please,
but you like the outcome.
Rate, review, and subscribe. The easiest way is on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to this episode or every episode anywhere you listen to your podcasts, on Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. You can always go to www.cococalientepodcast.com. You can listen there and you can check out our merchandise. Don't forget to follow us at Coco Caliente Podcast on Instagram and at Coco Caliente Pod on Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you.